Ice's Starfrost lore extends, and we have a Pendulum monster that's going to be the facilitator of many, many angry people. One big 30% of you that have not smashed the ever-living crap out of that subscribe button. Smash it so you guys don't miss out more awesome content. This is actually really cool stuff here. So this is Vice's Samsara. This is going to be a light fairy tuner monster. And of course, 1500 attack, 2100 defense. Who didn't see that one coming? This card's name becomes Vice's Starfrost while on the field or in the graveyard. So standard clause, we knew that was coming. You can target any number of your Vice's monsters that are banished on your field and or in your graveyard. Shuffle them into the deck, and if you do, special summon this card from your hand. And if you do, it gains 400 attack for each monster with different names shuffled by this effect. And if this card you control would be used as a synchro material, you can treat it as a non-tuner. So they're patching a lot of holes here, but the big thing that they wanted to do with this, they wanted to give this a recurable access option to toggle back your Vice's monsters, so you can do your free thing, your free thing. And it is a free extender, technically, as long as you meet the requirements of shuffling back something. Now, this is going to be the perpetrator of a lot of unfun things. This is Veda Unpashia. This is a Dark Warrior special summon effect Pendulum monster on a level 12 with a Pendulum scale of 0. So, Pendulum effect. Once per chain, if you destroy an opponent's monsters, place 3 counters on this card. Oh boy, yep, if you destroy an opponent's monsters, place 3 counters on this card. This card's Pendulum scale is increased by the number of counters on it. And you can remove 12 counters from this card to special summon it. Alright, cannot be normal summon or set, must be special summoned by its own Pendulum effect. And you can only special summon one Veda Upishad once per turn. So once per turn, if your opponent special summons a monsters from the extra deck, you can banish 12 cards from the hand, field, and or graveyard. It becomes the end phase of this turn. Oh boy. And then once per turn, during your standby phase, return this card to the hand. Then you can special summon one of your Veda monsters that is banished, or in your hand, deck, or graveyard. Hoo-wee. What they decided to give this here was the fact that we have a Pendulum skill that can universally toggle itself here, and then you just have to remove 12 counters to beam this little guy on out here. Interesting choice of usage for this, but the counters are only going to increase by each time you destroy an opponent's monster. The original translation said this could be your card, which would have made this card way more insane. Like, imagine being able to just go through Vice's interactions and then plop this out, and your opponent just looks at you and goes, what in the world just happened? But don't worry, it's okay. This card exists. This is the Manadium Trolloscuda. Okay, level 6 fairy monster on a synchro. It's also a tuner. The fact that they made this a tuner actually saved this card, like, from being absurdly busted, because you could do some dumb stuff with this. So 1 tuner plus 1 non-tuner, completely universal. If this card is synchro summon, you target 1 level 2 tuner in your graveyard, special summon it, but its effects are negated. Okay. Pretty decent. You can target any number of tuners you control. Their level become 2, and you cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck for the rest of this turn except for synchro monsters. That's all that locks me, is just if I do a universal power down, level down across the field, that's at the stage that it locks me. I can only imagine the crazy shenanigans that you're going to be able to pull off with this card, because this existing as a completely generic card. I actually hope that synchro players are actually extremely happy for this, because I imagine this is going to be a crazy stepping stone out here for literally all the Excel Synchro Stardust Dragon decks. Now, imagine if this wasn't a tuner, you could level 6 into Excel and then Excel Revive, and you'd be able to make Baron off of essentially a level 6 synchro. Like, we can't have that fundamentally within the game. It's too busted. Next up is the Planetary Elegy. So you can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. Normal spell card, add 1 Veda monster from your deck to your hand. Boy, oh boy, this searches for the Pendulum. Okay. If you face up tuner or tuners, you control is destroyed by Battle card effect while this card is in your graveyard. You have a Vice's Starfrost on the field and banish this card, target one of those destroyed monsters, add it back to your hand. So they actually gave us a spell card that searches for anything Veda, and then it has a recurable aspect to pull back to the hand. I don't think that's necessarily too bad. It's not like crazy, excitingly good, but okay, I see what they're trying to do here. Next up is the Planetary Eulogy. Quick play spell card. Oh boy. You can only use the first second effect of this card's name once per turn. Target one monster you control and one effect monster your opponent controls. Destroy that monster you control, and if you do, negate the opponent's monster's effects until the end of this turn. Then, if Vice's Starfrost is on the field, you can destroy the targeted monster instead. So it's a negate and then destroy. Okay. During your main phase, if a Veda monster card on the field, banish this card from your graveyard, destroy one monster you control. I mean, okay, this is going to be able to act as a pseudo extender for the deck as well, because you can pop those pesky mana DM cards that you got kind of floating around on the back burner there, and then go ahead and toggle whatever other abilities that you might have from them. It's not horrible. It's also, in fact, this is on a quick play, also gives you a lot more like defensive option abilities with this. So good stuff to Konami on that one. Next up is the Saraga. So you can only use the first second effect of this card's name once per turn. So if a Vice of Starfrost is on the field, target one effect monster on the field, shuffle that target into the deck, and if you do, during the end phase of this turn, you can add one monster from your deck to your hand with a different type and a lower level than the shuffled monster's level, rank, link rating. Okay, so this gives us a different searcher option tree for the deck. And if a Veda monster is a special summon while this card is in your graveyard, you can add this back to your hand. So we have recurability here as well. Okay, that doesn't seem terrible. Now this is one of my favorite cards here. You can't really see the art too much with this, but this is like the lore of Vices here. So Loka Samsara can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn. Banish one face-up Vice of Starfrost you control until the end phase. Special summon one heart monster with 3,000 attack from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions, but it can only activate its effect once. Also, banish it face down during the end phase. It means I can pull out a Kaleido Heart, I can pull out an Arise Heart with this, I can pull out a Prime Heart. Well, that's kind of cool. If your opponent special summons a monster from the extra deck while this card is in your graveyard, this actually recurs itself back to your hand. I wish that they would set these cards back to the field, but for whatever reason, they just didn't have that. Now, there's one other card that we got here. This is the final card for Animation Chronicle. I don't know what they were thinking when they made this, but I'll take you out or die trying. So this is Earthbound Release. Normal trap card. When a level 6 or higher monsters is normal or special summon. Tribute a level 10, alright, tribute 1. Let me repeat that again. Tribute 1 Earthbound monster, level 10. Destroy as many monsters your opponent controls as possible, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed monster's total original attack. This is technically a somewhat OTK enabler if they have enough cards, but a level 6 or higher has to be special summoned or normal summoned, and I have to have a level 10 Earthbound. There's a lot there. I mean, technically, if you do like the Earth Line Walker stuff and you lower the life points to 3,000, you could use this technically, but like that just feels so bad. So what do you think about today's amazing new cards? Please leave a comment down below and tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later in the day, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.